3, 2, and 1. Part 2 of the Punters Show. Plenty to cover.
Is this our man Sam?
Hey, Sam has come back.
What's his second name again?
Sambo Falau.
Sambo.
Sambo.
Yeah, g'day Sam. We missed you. We haven't seen you.
Yeah, we've missed Sam.
I knew it was Sam something. But
Yeah.
Sambo.
We've
missed him.
Well, I'll in the newly approved Punters Show, since it I'll have to leave out half of these. And probably a reference there that might that got even mentioned earlier on.
Yeah,
well. I go away for 12 months and hasn't your site gone down the gurgler? Selling more than ever to the poor desperates. You've even got
something.
And what happened to young Bensley?
Young Matt.
That's Matt.
Yeah, young Matt. No, Sam. He's not here.
No, Matt decided he wanted to do something else.
I miss Sambo. I like him.
Yeah, Sambo's good.
And
when did that Don Burt get a start?
Can't you say that word?
No, yeah, we can.
Oh, you can't say that word?
No, I think we'd rather the previous things that were cut out before saying that about it. Yeah, and what about the Melbourne show with them fat homeless Derek's Porky Pig and Elmer Fudd?
That's funny. Oh, that is funny.
Pick a lad at the picnic.
And Poppy had a root yet. Does that mean me?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think, well, I mean...
Oh, he's missed us, hasn't he?
He has missed us.
Yeah.
Where did he might have been in the booth for 12 months. He might have been in the booth.
Matt Williams has said, this is obviously a reference to Wednesday, try and have a good day, boys, no fair and walling.
Hashtag walling.
Send in your favourite pictures of walls to wall it.
Can we have the... I know we had the G Pollitt article, but can we have the G Pollitt Punters Show recap? No fair Canterbury.
No fair Canterbury. What do we...
Interesting. The market doesn't move for a long time. The bookies put up about 10%. They go up 137 when they usually go up about 125. They put up about 10 or 12, and everyone, it was like a bit of a game of cards. No one knew what to do. You make the first move, you weren't sure if it was right. The boys seemed to stay a little bit less active.
Well, they can't bet into that, can they?
Well, the fair is just so important. If Racing New South Wales knew how important the fair was and how we all are so important on each other, without it, racing would be. I would say would be doomed.
Well, the better the wagering model, the better it is for horse racing. Yeah. And if there's another idea out there that might be, because nobody had thought of a betting exchange 20, 30 years ago, whenever it was, there might be another idea. And if that can be implemented into it, the greater the wagering platform is, the better it is for the industry.
The fair is the modern day UBD.
It's the roadmap.
The roadmap.
So the modern day, so in other words,
Refidex if you're in Brisbane, or
you need to look where the market. You need to look where you're going.
Yeah,
there it is.
Yeah.
You need to look where you're going. You can't just go on.
And it's giving you a few shifties.
You can't go to Lithgow and sort of head to Gosford. Can you?
All right.
Well, you can, but it's a real long way.
So there was a fair bit of water torture there on Wednesday. It was like...
It was a bit water torture.
Yeah. Which...
My turnover was...
I must say, I really don't like that racecourse experience, where the bookies put up a set that you can't bet into.
Well, you can, but you can't start. It's hard to start.
Yeah, there's nowhere to start.
It's hard to start.
Right?
Because the markets are so professional now that they're kind of in the right order.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yes, it does.
Yeah.
So they're on 35, and because they're trying to get them in good, and it just doesn't come down quick enough. Whereas the fair opens up at 100, either side, with no volume, of course, but... Well, they've got to go up 120 to get even close to what the fair looks like.
Mm.
The fair keeps
and that
fair.
just opens the door, doesn't it?
It opens the door.
Yeah.
This is from Scott. On Saturday, were you aware that DEFCON was going to parade with earmuffs and pacifiers on? I don't recall hearing anything from the stewards. Does this affect how you assess horses in the yard if they are allowed a gear change between the parade ring and course proper? Thanks, Scott.
Scott, I tend to, I notice it, I mark it down, and then by the time I walk back to the parade ring, I'm more worried about the condition of the horse, because I think, I don't know, if you start thinking about everything, well, how much do we have to think about?
Mm.
So you used to do the form. I like 4 from 6 and 8. And now you do the videos, and then you get the track work, and then you price the race, and then they get in the fucking lanes, and then, like the other day in the stewards report, we had the vet report, a horse had psychological issues. I know.
Do you remember the day
you've got to draw a bit of a line. So to answer your, I do recall hearing it, had to assess it in the yard, I let it go through the keeper.
Mm. Mm-hmm. All right, well that's from Scott, but I think the main thing about DEFCON is it's just paraded, both times we've seen it's paraded awfully.
Yeah, and I think it's a very talented horse going forward. Possibly not this prep.
Maybe need a spell and come back and
Might
mature.
be.
You know what?
Got a
You know
funny
actually
feeling
both of those
it's a
horses.
hot 3-year-old.
Both of those. It's not going to happen. But both the Stern and Defcon look like absolute horses that need gelding.
Hot 3-year-olds.
Yeah. Yeah. If they can hold it together though, they might just get a bit nutty.
Defcon looks like he's going to me. He's the sort of horse as a 3-year-old. He'll win a 1,000-metre race down the straight six at Flemington and go the other way.
Yeah.
And just there he is.
Mm-hmm.
He's like a young Terra Vista.
We didn't speak about the lightning.
No,
There's an email coming up.
All right, okay, so we'll wait.
Or whatever it is.
Hold our fire there.
Brownie said, "Morning Puntersshow, I need some help therapy to be accurate. Had Palatino kept the race, I would have collected 50% of the quaddie, not that much, and 33% of the big six.
Which is much. And I'll tell you how big 33 is, big 6 is. I haven't got one yet. But they're hard to get.
Yeah. Yeah, I rang the tab and the guy calculated a 44,000 dividend for the big six with Palatino winning.
So that's cost him 14.
A bit generous, I would think, but it's probably close enough to say to the mark to say my 33% was worth around 10,000. A good day for you blokes, no doubt, but a clear best ever day for me. Sadly, I'll see none of it. I'm completely unable to assess it objectively, but subjectively I find it all too arbitrary and keep wondering if the question was asked as to how much the incident cost Palatino.
And this is what I'm talking about. This bloke he's completely... And this is why the dead heat should come in. Get half the dividend. You'd be a lot better.
In time, the bitterness will fade and I'll feel less antipathy for certain players in the drama. I look forward to such a time, but at the moment it is some way off.
How's he supposed to back up the next day and have a bet after this?
For my own mental well-being, I'd love to hear some tales on the show about your greatest tragedies and triumphs of the punt. Just replay every other show. And you started with the poor old Glenn start. Some have been alluded to recently on this, such as John Walter when Termy Loose got rolled back on Turnbull Stakes Day. He seems to be coping well. Stu Davidson's big collect on a Doncaster courtesy of Paddy Payne.
Was that Soho Square? Was
I
it?
think Soho Square.
Orange colours up the inside.
Yeah, beat superimposed at 46 kilos or something like that.
Floppy was on.
Yeah. John Walter's Termy Loose was just before Termy Loose broke world records.
Yeah.
When he hit
It was
Flemington.
Turnbull Stakes Day, wasn't it?
Yeah, Turnbull Stakes Day on the Sunday. He had an all-up going into it for about $20 billion. Glenn, do you want to release some of yours?
Well, I've released a lot of them now. And they don't help me either.
The Greyhound No Race.
The Greyhound No Race is one of the greatest races. I can't
just recap
talk
it.
about the Greyhound No Race.
Just do the people love your stories. The two Greyhound race and then the apprentices at Kembla.
I really can't.
Yes, you can. The Greyhound No
I
Race.
had absolutely no money. I found a dog at the Greyhounds, blah, blah, blah. It was 20 to 1. I thought it was immoral. I rang everybody that could borrow 20 or 50 or $100 off. They all give it to me. Got out there on a bus, a train, put 300 on, bang, straight to the lead, pissed in. I won 6,000. And as old mate was walking over, because it was just starting to sprinkle rain, to take the towel off the Greyhound, old mate who was about 75, slipped 3 feet out, missed the towel. The lawyer went round with the towel on it and they declared it no race because the bunny had a towel on it. And the towel stayed on it the whole way, which in itself is a miracle. How does that happen to anyone? I'm not sure.
It doesn't happen to anyone.
And I can't talk about the apprentices anymore.
No, the jockeys, you got it.
I really can't tell.
Yes, you can. Come on.
Because these are just recaps. They're not you telling it for the first time.
Come on, Glenn.
I can't tell.
Come on, poor Brownie. He's just asking for a bit of help.
Brownie's. Look, it's going to make him when he's adding up the fact that he should.
Brownie, I found a horse in a maiden at Kembla. Hadn't had a race. Blah blah blah. I went down to back it. It was 50 bookies, 50 each way, 100 each way, 50s, 40s, 10. I backed it to win a stake. 50s into 25s I took, into 20s, kept backing it, kept putting it on, kept backing it, kept backing it, kept backing it, kept backing it. The race was delayed now because on this day the jockeys decided to strike, but there was enough apprentices down there. Well, that's funny. That's not funny though. I could have been a billion eggs that bit. And there was enough apprentices down there to ride, so they substituted all the rides to put the races back an hour. And for the first time in the history of wagering, the first time ever, they declared all bets null and void. So I had 50 tickets on a horse at 50s, 40s, 33s, 25s, all each way, because I thought it was immoral. And all those bets were void, even though I got my money back for them. And they put up rebetting, which is good. But when they put up rebetting, they put the horse up at 8 to 1.
Which you had the place.
Which I'd average 10s a place. And I said, well, fuck, I'm in a coma here, I can't back it. And then it won by, well, I death rode it. I tried to pull its tail. You know when you try to pull their tail and sometimes they win? Well, it went to the front by 2 lengths. got 4 lengths in front, led in the bend by 6 lengths, and won by 7.5 lengths. So it was a pretty good death ride. I nearly got it beat, and I never got $1 out of it. But then when I went to collect my $100 each way off every bookie at the 50s, which wasn't a bet, they all gave me $200, and every one of them had this most evil smile on their face. Are you happy now, Dale?
Yeah, happy now, Brady? If that doesn't sound like a good idea for some content, then I'll be happy for the stewards to get lashed if you feel so inclined. I'll close out by making the observation that if Craig Williams is looking for something to do post-racing, he'd make a great sexual therapist. He could get anything up. That's pretty good.
That is very good, Brad.
Was he on the second
That's
or
very
Williams?
clever, yeah.
Yeah.
They say he's a great talker too, like in the stewards.
He would be.
He's a polished little individual.
Yes, he is.
He's a polished little, but he's a
Well, he's a hard worker. Like,
and he's a hot candidate for the old segment we had. What was it called? Dag of the Week or something?
Teacher's pet.
Teacher's pet.
Dag
Oh,
of the Week. He was one of the first noms.
He'd have to be, wouldn't
Christopher Pine, who's smart in his look-up. Have you seen his look-up?
Yeah,
New haircut and the big black glasses?
he? Has he?
Yeah, he
Super.
kind of looks like a
ready to
complete dog now,
yeah.
complete, like instead of being just a complete dog.
Yeah.
He's dropped a couple of completes.
Nick has said, and here we get, it's
Oh,
important the Cock of the Week award gets the response it deserves. Oh, you're going to release it now.
Not only that, we've got a proper cock.
Well,
Now, I've got to thank Greg, who's a good watcher of the show and an avid race goer, for producing
need it up
our
against the
Cock
blue,
Week.
maybe.
It's not bad, is it?
Huh?
This went up
Well,
actually on the internet a couple of weeks back. Someone said they saw it at Coles or Kmart, so Greg hasn't gone out of his way with cash, but we do appreciate it.
yeah.
And it's a great. This will be our trophy. It'll be presented at the end of the year with their name, little plaque there. I'm a complete cock. At the moment, we've just got our Bet365 are the opening favourites.
No, that wasn't the official week. No.
Oh, that was it. We start this week.
No, it was the week after. Bet365 was the practice run. They
Well,
won
who did
the
we give it
charity
to last
shield.
week? We didn't give it to
No,
them.
no one last week, but we gave it to somebody the week before.
We've only been doing it 2 weeks, Dal.
That's right. This is there was somebody the week
All right.
before.
Well, thanks so much, Greg. And what a beauty that is.
There it is. There's the
Cock
cock,
of the week.
and that actually prevents you standing there with your howdy doody out for the episode.
I'll tell you how bad I'm going after the weekend. He left the receipt on. I was thinking about taking the van.
Never too late, then.
Always trying to get a van.
Metal rooster.
Anyway, so Nick said the Cock of the Week gets the response it's important the Cock of the Week gets the response it deserves, Glenn.
Yes, I agree.
2 nominations this week. Damien, Fuck Where's My Whip, Oliver.
Was that with Terra Vista?
Terra Vista, yeah, we'll talk about that in a
He
second.
looked funny on that
And T. Barley and his clueless Stu Paddy, who really said to Mark Zara, don't avoid falling in the future. And there was another one from...
Don't avoid falling in the
Yeah, as in cop it and fall off. Cop the interference. Don't try and bloody.
Yeah, just fall.
Don't try and avoid it and cause trouble to the rest of the field in doing so.
He never said that.
I didn't hear that, but that's what he said.
No, but he's saying who really said.
And Davies has gone back to talk about the Oliver thing too later on. No media coverage condemning Ollie over it, considering it's probably cost the horse a Group 1 protected species. Now let's talk about that. We've spoken about the protest, so that's that. But the Damien Oliver thing, there wasn't. Yeah, Damien I think has juggled his whip or half dropped his whip or something like that. And looking at the replay, it seems like Terra Vista actually changes stride or loses stride as he's doing it. So
I didn't hear it because the Rosen, you can't hear a damn thing.
Yeah.
And I'm watching where Exosphere was. I was watching Shitak where I'm going. I don't follow them on form. I'm going, that horse in the orange is absolutely $1.01. Who's that? Who's that? I didn't even know it was Terra Vista.
Terra Vista, yeah, that's right, yeah.
So, and then when it got beat, it went. And then I found out it was Terra Vista. I said, no, Terra Vista would win that, but Terra Vista finds the line.
yeah. So
But he didn't there
yeah.
because he's gone past Japonisme.
I love the way you say that.
And
Japonisme.
Japonisme.
Yeah.
Isn't it Japanese me? Here you go.
And then Japonisme has come back on him. So clearly, something's happened.
Yeah.
To cause him to.
D. Oliver's become unbalanced as he's.
Did anyone ask D. Oliver?
Well, you watched Retro. Did they mention that on Retro?
I didn't watch all of it. There was 2 Friedmans on the couch.
Yeah,
I was eating
fair enough.
cornflakes. Next thing, they were everywhere.
But like I mean, is it
street.
becoming that sanitised? I mean, I know Duck.
Yeah, it is becoming that sanitised.
We can't even dare mention that
We
Damien
can't.
Oliver might have made a mistake.
No, it is that sanitised.
It's just awful, isn't it?
It's awful.
Yeah.
The only hope's the Punisher.
Exactly. Now,
And
you
that's why our popularity is growing, because people out there,
Mm.
they can watch a little bit of vomit for a while, but if you leave it in a bucket for months on end, you can't look at it anymore.
Exactly. We're about to get our background music back too in a sec.
beautiful. Mate.
Mark, and you raised
Give
the
him
point.
300.
You raised the point too about the media, and I think it's good to be promoting country racing, and the championships are getting some sort of thing. But listening to 2KY on Saturday morning and hearing the equal billing that the Goulburn race was getting compared to Sydney, and then, you know, like when we've got Sydney big races, we've got a Group 1 race in Melbourne, we've got all that, and a shitty race in Goulburn, with all due respect, it's like this real big day. Bensley was, they were broadcasting live.
Fawning over
They
it,
were
weren't
broadcasting live from Goulburn for the event, you know, this great big thing. It's not.
Well, look, but
Don't tell us something it is when it's not.
Racing New South Wales does have a big B in its bonnet over the championships.
They do.
This is like they trip over themselves in a big way.
They love it.
You know,
What's their
like,
new little idea?
hey guys, in 4 weeks' time there is an ex-big race called the Golden Slipper.
Yeah.
Which, like, you won't hear boo about.
Well, okay, again, just at
STC.
home yesterday, and it was pointed out that Golden Slipper Festival, I think it was a Sydney magazine or something like that, and then you come on, there's all the ads for the championship, and I was asked the question, I've just read about the Golden Slipper but they're promoting this. That doesn't make sense. I said no. We mentioned that last year a lot on the show.
That's right. They swamped everything with the championship.
So is this going forward? Have they got like a 5 or 10 year plan?
No. Well, the big thing is with the championships is they get the big grant from the government for
No, but
having.
you let me finish. I'm just saying, is this a ploy to get the Golden Slipper to come into the championships?
Could be. Who knows?
Golden
They
Slipper
run the
could
Golden
have
Slipper
done
round.
that anyway. Well, oh right, there has to be at Randwick. I wrote last year.
That's what I'm saying.
I wrote last year they used Randwick 3 weeks in a row for the championships. Give one of those frickin' meetings to Rose Hill so that we don't have to tear up Randwick.
1 week of Randwick isn't championships though.
Okay,
It's 2 weeks.
all right,
Yeah.
So here we go. Here's the championships. First day of the championships, Randwick.
Yeah.
Second day of the championships, Rose Hill. Third day of the championships, Randwick.
Wouldn't
Saturday.
you thought one of the first things of the merger, and one of the things that there were 3 weeks at Rose Hill and the 3 weeks at Randwick or whatever, the meetings back to back at Rose Hill, meetings back to back at Randwick. When you merge the clubs and you're not competing against each other, wouldn't that be one of the first things you would have changed?
Yeah.
That, you know, like your feature race meetings where your tracks
You can
at the
suddenly
end of them
do what you want with them.
exactly.
And going forward, races like the Ramvet and the BMW, like they're just going to be. Like, what is going to be the BMW?
Well, the
BMW
BMW
6 days, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or barrier trolling for the big race.
Sydney Cup for the Sydney Cup.
Yeah. Anyway, Keith.
Sad.
Yeah.
It is a bit sad.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people out of
But the country championships were on at Goulburn on Saturday.
There they are.
Yeah.
And yes, that's going.
Yeah.
Clearly innocent.
Wagga on Saturday too, Mark, isn't it? Okay.
Yes.
Wagga on Saturday.
Hey. We forgot about the most important thing about the country championships.
What?
Where's all the free food?
What do you mean?
Remember when we went to Newcastle last
They
year?
have free barbecues every country championship race. Are they still doing that this year?
They must be doing that. That's.
Oh, I haven't heard of it.
What are you talking about? Did you go to Scone yesterday?
No.
Oh, well,
Did you go to Goulburn on Saturday?
No, but I bet you they're taking that coleslaw away.
Keith said, "Hello, boys. As you know, I've been on board with the Puntersshow since day one, or before if you count the RaceNet days. My cock of the week." My cock is the guy who controls RSN tweets. That's the radio station in Melbourne. As a $10 punter, I suppose, I really enjoy the RSN Carnival with Ralphie and Vince, and have been very vocal on Twitter since their demise. And this person has blocked me on Twitter. What is he trying to achieve? Aren't we trying to promote wagering? I'm loving the new currency.
Beautiful.
And I asked the bride if I could borrow 5,000. She said, "How much are you betting and what are you on?" Look. Loving your work as usual and really enjoy Puntersshow Radio. I hope I can get the 2,500 for the cock of the week. That's right, you're giving away 2,500, aren't you?
Yeah.
Good luck and good punting from Keith.
Yeah, no, just didn't quite make it, Keith, but we're still searching for the first 2,500.
David has said, my nomination for cock of the week is Glenn Schofield. Does he want to ride or sell horses?
He's always got his eye on the main chance, hasn't he?
Yeah, I have another. The Fair was at Canterbury Wednesday and thought the atmosphere in the ring seemed different, subdued maybe. And the Glenster had time to read the paper in between races.
I wasn't reading the paper out there, well, there was nothing doing.
Yeah, David.
That's see, when you realise what a vibrant place the racetrack was and can be,
Could be.
it's really stultifying when you come upon the racetrack.
I don't even know what that word means.
Glenn, I was going to say, that's exactly what you were thinking at the time, wasn't it, Glenn?
Stultifying?
You were stultified here. You're reading the paper thinking, I'm stultified. Here.
Thanks, David. Good. Thanks for noticing.
Next Puntersshow product is a dictionary that you can read. You can have by your side.
You'll have Mark's one and mine.
Yeah.
This will have feline, one will have cat.
You've got a new kitten.
Oh no, you don't.
From Ian.
Animal.
Have you got? Did you get the Hessian bag brick and rope with it, or?
This is a uber cute kitten, honestly.
Oh, they're even cuter when they're in the Hessian bag and the bubbles stop coming up.
Dale's kitten and
You can't
cat
do that
stories.
Just I want to just quickly talk
You
about
can, it's
something.
humane.
I want to talk about something.
Drowning's peaceful.
One of the people involved in the greyhound baiting, I don't need to name names, he was the first to go up and pleaded guilty to taking his dog over, whatever, and wasn't reported in the paper. He got 10 months imprisonment. Yeah, 10 months,
Yeah.
7 on the bottom.
Yeah.
And that was after appealing because he got a year in 10.
Wow.
Yeah, so the blokes who are pleading not guilty, good luck, boys, because if it doesn't go your way, you're in a lot of trouble. But let's just put that aside, because baiting is something that most people these days will disagree with, but okay, it's a thing from the past, it's not modern and blah, blah, blah. But I was in Bunnings the other day, or might have been Bunnings, somewhere, where
Like
they sell...
buying half a mailbox.
I have.
you moving, eh?
I was looking at the mouse traps and how awful they are. They just come over and crack the neck, and I was thinking of the baiting, like, so you're killing mice pretty meanly, but I suppose it's swiftly, but their eyes pop out and shit, like, it's pretty bad. But they've got a new product for killing mice. Have you heard of the new product? Oh, it doesn't sound very cruel. You lay it out wherever they are, a couple of feet by a couple of feet, and the mice run over it, and they stick.
Oh no.
Yeah, they can't move.
Oh, so they just
They just
it's
stick.
like almost like a
And then about
crucifixion.
3 days later, when they've taken 60 hours to die,
Yeah.
you pick them up and put them in the bin.
Oh, that's lovely.
That's disgusting, isn't it?
Wow.
Where's the line? Is what you're saying?
What I'm saying is, where's the line?
That's
Yeah.
right.
If,
I mean, we can have social fishermen
There's
going
like
out
there's
there and they
cute bunnies and there's vermin.
catch the fish, but then give it a kiss and let it go. I'm sure the fish really appreciates a big steel thing hanging out its mouth while it drowns for 2 minutes, and you bring it on board, and then it tries to get itself going again. As it waddles off, it's shark bait because it really hasn't got its wits about it for an hour, and that's all sweet. But yeah, take a dog. Like, I'm saying what they did wasn't right, but I'm saying that maybe a general warning. But they've all got lifetime bans from their income.
from the sport, yeah.
And now old mate's sitting in the booth for 10.
Yeah.
Oh mate, and a nice, very nice bloke. Would never have hurt anybody, just a good boy, done his best his whole life. Off you go, old mate.
Yeah.
Because some judge probably didn't like the fact, oh, that's just cruel.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, it seems
harsh.
Seems harsh. Anyway, Ian has said, hi guys, great post from Glenn on Betfair down. Just look at what happens to the punter. Fucked by bookies again, odds down 10%, and they've been doing it to us for 50 years. If Betfair ever goes, we'll be back to the so-called good old days with bookies giving shit odds, paying of trainers, jockeys and racing leaders, but hey, they are the real honest guys. The thing we must all remember, they are all looking after their customers. The punter, bullshit. Long live the fair. Regards, Ian.
Well, you're obviously, Ian, you're a real fair, you love your fair, which I really understand, but, you know, I know all the bookies, and, you know, they're all doing their best, like we're all doing our best, but if we lost the fair, the bookies, they'll be gone within a year.
Macca has said...
It would all close down, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Because I mean, they're
See, people like Peter Lannis think everyone would bet on the tote now, because he's got no idea.
From Macca, congrats Glenn on trying to get the pensioners into the tracks for free. A fantastic showing of community spirit. There should be more of it. Here's an even better idea. If it costs $20 to get into most track days, deduct $20 from the weekly cost of Glenn's mounting yard mail and charge pensioners $13 a week for the service. What a great showing of community spirit.
Doesn't sound like a bad idea to me.
I also think that because it's my idea, I should get a free trial for 12 months and the $2,500 for email of the week.
Well done,
Yeah, in theory.
These are my details. Great show, Glenn Pollock. What a man. Regards, Macca.
Oh, thanks, Macca. That was a nice little wrap at the end. What a man.
Davies mentioned the Damien Oliver one, and obviously you've got to like Davies because he's given it to Damien Oliver, and now he's giving it to John O'Shea, a couple of favourite targets. How many more big Group 1 flops with star colts before Godolphin start to question O'Shea's position? Hashtag Slipper, hashtag Coolmore, hashtag Lightning.
Okay, but O'Shea's got a scapegoat, right? He's got J-Mac, who found the wrong lane.
What was that about J-Mac? Was he over there? What was he doing?
I think it was his excuse that he got sort of caught behind Varpensiero and then couldn't get it back across. What they're doing with that Flemington track is, I mean, what Mick, well,
It's always been like that.
No, well, Mick Goody now, because they worked out, and I think we might have had a bit to do with it, bringing the lanes into it. They worked out down the middle of the Flemington track where the watering machine goes was having a steamroller compacting effect. So now Mick Goody's got a digging up machine that he digs that up to try to even it out. But he aerates it, but what it's done, it's gone too far. Now I don't know anyone in the world that could doctor up a paddock the size of Flemington and get it properly right. Just leave it alone.
Yeah.
If there's a fast lane there because of it, good as gold. Or if you're going to do it, do the entire
He's only going to
track.
get into trouble for trying.
Oh yeah,
You know, he's $1 million to 1 to get it right.
that's right, exactly.
And he's only going to get pilloried
Yep.
With tractor,
for getting it
mow
right.
them.
That's what
Can't you just go up and down with the mower?
Well, he has, but he's mowed them at different lengths.
He's mowed them at different lengths because he thinks it'd be better
4
to.
centimetres.
He
on
thinks
the
it'd be better to
inside,
be on the
4.5
fence.
centimetres, 1 out. 5 centimetres, 2 out. 5.5 centimetres, 3 out. 6 centimetres, 4 out.
No.
He has.
Mate,
That's bringing the game into disrepute.
that's what I don't see where a track manager, unless it's been given the total imprimatur by the stewards, has the right to decide that. This is how I think racing should be, so this is what I'm going to do.
You employ 20 blokes with Victors, and you
That's
all
right.
stand across, and you go, right,
Up you go.
Up you go,
Well,
$20
then you film
an hour.
it and make it and turn it into an ad.
Yeah.
Well, the job's
Well, they
done.
did it for the opening ceremony at the Olympics.
You get the mowers out. And everyone just go, oh, mates, you get a few of these blokes, $20 an hour cashing in.
Yeah.
$40, 2-hour job, there's 20 of them, the joint's mowed for $800. Victor comes in with a sponsorship, you get the free mowers, and with the clippings, old mates, the locals.
You've got to make sure you pick up the clippings. So I think that's the problem.
I don't like people that pick up clippings, I think it's lazy.
But
Does
you
it
know
tell
what
what if
also
you're
does? It
mowing-
creates a thatch, so that settles in
Yeah.
amongst the grass.
I don't like a thatch either.
Well, it's no good.
It's no good. It's not a
I'll
racing
tell you what,
job.
if you're mowing a racetrack, you'd be emptying out the old catcher a bit, wouldn't you? Every 50
They stop
metres.
every 50 metres.
Yeah.
There's a bloke with a big wheelie bin at the back.
Yeah.
Tractor.
Up here it goes.
I'd love to see 20 blokes walking
Yeah.
straight with Victors.
But
Funny.
anyway, back to Davies' question about how more big Group 1 faults. There's always the whispers you hear, and you say, this is coming from a good source, that O'Shea's under pressure, that, you know, the early...
Is he really under pressure?
But how many times do you hear that, though?
You hear it, but this Godolphin bloke, he lives over there.
Yeah.
Does he know what's going on?
I'm not sure.
Oh, look, I'd say he's fairly safe, but it is interesting that when it comes to the peak of a mountain, Johnny's a bit breathless.
He's been in the
Yes.
job 2 years. I'm sticking with Johnny. He's also pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's doing a good job. Okay, he just hasn't cracked the Group 1.
Well, that's what they've got to do,
He's
though.
got Jay McDonald.
Are you a bit off Joe McDonald too?
No, I'm saying if you've got Jay McDonald, that's a bit of a head start.
Oh, it's not
Yeah.
gone the other way with Joe,
No,
mate.
but the thing is, Glenn, he's got to train... Them winning Saturday races, they've got to train Group 1 winners. That's what they need. I mean, for an
All right, okay. We'll
operation like that,
all right,
that's
well,
where you...
let's give him... Get through the championships and we'll see what the scorecard says.
Reese has said, Seamoon into Palantino double. Wow, our great sport is in a lot of trouble.
Told you, that's what people are filthy.
And James has said, any thoughts on Super 2? Mark Connors?
Super 2,
Yeah, Super 2.
I think I won a race at Lightning. I don't know, I looked it up.
Where did it win?
Super 2.
Somewhere out wide at one.
I know I've got no super.
Yeah, anyway, okay. There you
All
go.
right,
So
that's
no
in a
thoughts on
part
that, James. Thank you.